So one of the questions that oftentimes people have when they start discussing a kitchen project with us is, what realistically is my budget going to need to be? And obviously that's a complicated question. A lot of variables play into that. Usually what I try to do is ask three questions. One is, tell me a little bit about what you mean. What's remodeling mean to you? Will be the first question that I'd have. Two would be the size of your existing space, the condition of that. Is it wide open? Is it cut up with walls? Those kinds of things. What are we working with? And the third would be, how simple or extravagant is your taste in the selections that you're going to make or the needs that you have for this project? So budget discussion is kind of all over the place. And there's, in the last few years, it's gotten more expensive. So we're not going to sugarcoat this. We're going to try to give you some basic parameters of what the different levels are for projects in a kitchen. So number one, and I guess we're basing this on a model like ours. We're a design build remodeling company. And so we take somebody from design process all the way through completing and building out the project itself. So the first one we've got is kind of the low end, would be updates. We're just making minimalistic improvements, all about the value. What are the things that we can do to really get biggest bang for the buck? Maybe changing out laminate tops, new faucet, some lighting updates, hardware, maybe painting the walls, maybe adding a little bit of trim. But realistically, in an average kitchen, you're going to be looking for something like that. I'd say a budget needs to be between $20,000 and $25,000. Second level would be kind of a minor remodel. That's where we're going to maybe the cabinets are in good shape, but they're just a bad color. So we're going to go ahead and paint them, maybe reface the cabinets as well. So we're not replacing the cabinets. Some lighting updates, maybe new flooring, new countertops as far as laminates, maybe butcher block top. But that's going to run you about $35,000 to $45,000 range. And then the third one we have is a major remodel, kind of mid-range. And that's going to be where we will come in, replace all the cabinetry, rework a cabinet design with new cabinets, new countertops, probably jumping up to quartz or stone, upgrading lighting, new flooring, painting on the walls, maybe starting to replace an appliance or two. And that's going to get you probably to that $65,000 to $75,000 range. And then the last one we have would be a major remodel as far as more upper end, where we're doing custom design, probably opening up walls, reworking the space, involving an island, replacing appliances, tile backsplash, maybe tile floor or LVT on the floor. But drastically transforming the space, and that's going to run between $75,000 to $90,000 for something like that. A great resource for understanding costs and how they're changing in the overall marketplace is this cost versus value. It's a research project that's put out annually by Zonda Media. Hanley Wood is the publisher of Remodeling magazine, and they're owned by Zonda Media. And they do all kinds of statistical analysis, and they look at national average as well as a regional average, and then they'll even break it down to a number of specific locations. But they do this every year, and bottom line, what they're looking at is what kind of home improvements you can make. And they're all the way from a new garage door to a new front door to siding on your house to a kitchen or bath remodel. And then what they do is they kind of give you average costs for those, and then how much return on investment you can see from those specific things. So you can determine what's the best value in putting in your home if return on investment is really important to you. I've been doing this long enough that return on investment, I think, is overrated. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, gosh, we bought this place 15 years ago. We were thinking about putting a new kitchen in, and now we're waiting until we're getting ready to sell it. And they just miss out on all that enjoyment of having that in their home for the time that they've been there. So it's important to think through the value that your home and the quality of life that your home's going to bring to you. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox.